Rising temperatures, melting glaciers, vanishing wildlife.
2 years ago, a Swedish teenager decided to skip school to start an international campaign against climate change.
The global climate emergency was caused by a number of factors, one of them being the constant emission of poisonous gases into the Earth's atmosphere, resulting in the degradation of air quality and widespread air pollution.
Despite India standing as a powerful multicultural nation, witnessing unprecedented growth since the last 3 decades, it ranks 168 out of 180 countries in the Environmental Performance Index, highlighting the detrimental impact of degrading air quality.
In 2019, 7 out of the 10 most polluted cities in the world were in India, and the PM 2.5 levels were 150 times higher than the WHO prescribed limit.
46% of this pollution was caused by stubble burning, an agricultural practice of setting fire to the residue of crops like wheat and paddy for the next harvesting season.
Stubble burning creates a negative externality in the form of emissions. In northern India alone, more than 80% of the total stubble produced is burnt every year.
These alarming figures did not hold us back but made us introspect. It's time we can change it for the better. To convert ash into opportunity, Enactus Hansraj, a team of 66 passionate students, decided to take this issue head on.
And out came Project Vriddhi, an initiative conceptualized to curb stubble burning by utilizing stubble for productive purposes, currently functioning under 3 diverse verticals.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present our first vertical, Tabdeel, which aims to utilize stubble for mushroom cultivation.
The Indian agricultural industry, which employs nearly 70% of the nation's workforce, today struggles as the Indian farming community fails to make ends meet. Owing to lack of economic alternatives, every year the farmers of the states of Punjab and Haryana burn more than 35 million tons of crop residue as a means to clear the field for the next harvesting season.
This is where we sense the possibility of building Tabdeel, which aims at uplifting the farmers by acquainting them with stubble-based organic mushroom cultivation.
During our research phase in 2018, we found that the mushroom industry in India is highly untapped, and it's growing at an average growth rate of 4.3% per annum.
Moreover, every 100 kilograms of stubble when used as manure could yield as much as 70 kilograms of mushroom, presenting ample income-earning opportunities for the farmers.
To convert our vision into reality, we commenced our work in Haryana, the agricultural hub of India. Here we met Yogesh, a farmer oblivious to the benefits of mushroom cultivation. With the help of Pan-India agricultural institutes like Ayurved Foundation and JPNR Trust, we conducted 30 plus sessions impacting more than 650 farmers, creating awareness that mushroom cultivation can be an alternative to stubble burning.
After getting 10 farmers on board, we initiated their training with help from Haryana Agro Industrial Corporation, a premier agricultural training institute.
Our next step was to collectivize them into a farmer-producer organization, a registered company with farmers as shareholders, thereby reaping the benefits of collective bargaining and monetary grants by the government.
With an aim to empower more farmers, a vertical which started with just 10 entrepreneurs slowly grew into a family of 230 entrepreneurs in 2 years of operations.
To ensure price stability, we decided to enter into 9-month price contracts periodically so that our mushrooms are sold at a competitive price of approximately $1 per kg.
Today, our farmers are producing 500,000 kgs of mushrooms, which are sold through a B2B model to leading retailers like Golden Crown, yielding a total revenue of $500,500. With a net profit margin of 57%, we have successfully increased their incomes by as much as 30% as compared to other agricultural practices.
To ensure sustainability in the long run, 15% of the total profits of each farmer are redirected to the farmer-producer organization, while maintaining 5% as Enactus Hansraj's reserve, ensuring financial stability.
Another objective of ours was to make these farmers independent. To achieve this, we devised the Projected Independency Metric, a feedback analysis mechanism to monitor the results of our farmers.
113 farmers are expected to become completely independent by the end of 2020, which is 49% of the total base. This ensures that our farmers are financially sound and independent.
We now present our second vertical, Shilpkari, which aims to convert stubble to handicrafts.
With rising mechanization and rapid commercialization of art, the Indian handicrafts industry is currently hovering over the cliff of extinction, posing a threat to the cultural identity of our country. This problem was coupled with the perpetual patriarchy in backward localities of India, restricting women to household chores.
Realizing this opportunity, we felt compelled to intervene and discover that raw stubble can be converted into pulp sheets, which in turn can be used to develop marketable handicrafts.
In June 2019, Project Vriddhi gave birth to Shilpkari, aiming to revive the Indian handicrafts industry through our skilled women entrepreneurs. We then commenced our operations in a small locality in Delhi, the national capital of India. After conducting numerous community awareness sessions, we met Jaya, a housewife along with our 19 other women entrepreneurs.
The next step was to establish the value chain. For this, we collaborated with two prime organizations, Seva Bharati, which helped us in training of our women entrepreneurs, and Kriya Labs, an Indian Institute of Technology-based startup, which provided us with technical assistance to ensure proper conversion of stubble into pulp sheets, which was then used to develop marketable handicrafts like lamps and paper bags.
The USP of these handicrafts were the fact that they were not only eco-friendly and cost-effective, but also a close substitute to single-use plastic. To establish sustainable market linkages, we thus partnered with a prime organization that connected us to market leaders like Kriti Creations, Greenotech, and leading textile giants like Fab India.
Ensuring sustainability of our model, we conducted numerous feedback sessions with our community of women entrepreneurs and evaluated the market performance of our handicrafts, ensuring quality assurance.
The revenue is earned through a commission-based system, with our entrepreneurs earning money by receiving the making charges on the production of our handicrafts, ensuring a stable source of income for these previously unemployed women.
In our 11 months of operations, Jaya, along with our 49 women entrepreneurs, have managed to generate a total revenue of approximately $9,200, providing them with a sense of financial security and self-sustenance.
We now present our latest and final vertical, Nirman, which utilizes stubble to construct community washrooms.
Contrary to a popular perception that villages are cleaner, premature deaths due to air pollution are nearly the same in rural as well as urban India. This problem was coupled with poor sanitary facilities in these villages, with as many as 30% of the Indian rural households having no access to washrooms. Ironically, even the ones with access to washrooms do not use it by virtue of their functionality and unwillingness to change their habits.
With a vision to change the current status of sanitary facilities in India, we came up with the idea of cost-effective and durable washroom structures, wherein stubble is compressed into tenacious termite and water-resistant boards.
To initiate the process, we collaborated with India's prime crop residue board manufacturer EcoBoard Pune to ensure a permanent supply of these stubble boards.
The next step was to assess various communities. Over a course of 2 months, we conducted 35 plus sessions in 20 plus communities in various states. Finally narrowing down to Uttar Pradesh, India. We established our first ever facility here in October 2019, providing a healthier, hygienic and safer lifestyle to more than 100 families across the area.
Our one such single establishment, which utilizes 800 kg of stubble into productive use, avoiding it from being burnt, costs around $530, which is financed through the reserves generated by the activities of Enactus Hansraj and other verticals of Project Vriddhi.
In 8 months of operation, following a subscription-based model with daily pass users paying a fee of 4 cents per day and one-time users paying a fee of 3 cents per use, it accounted for a total revenue of approximately $800 for our entrepreneur Rizwan, an exploited daily wage laborer previously struggling to make ends meet.
To equip our entrepreneurs with the required skill set to manage routine operations, we then carried out regular training and feedback sessions, developing a sense of self-reliance in them.
The road ahead for Nirman is challenging, but with a zeal to change the perceptions, we are sure that with our potential collaboration with Sulabh International, a sanitation giant, we will ensure India is truly open defecation free.
However, 7 months ago, with the threat as ambiguous as COVID-19, everything went on hold, which called for reassessment of our business models to ensure that Enactus Hansraj adapts to the new normal.
To boost our post-harvest operations, our farmer producer organization applied for subsidy on cold storage facilities under the Indian government's economic stimulus package.
At the same time, our women entrepreneurs shifted the production process from an assembly line to end-to-end operations to ensure social distancing.
To ensure proper hygiene and safety, we installed hand sanitizing stations outside our washroom.
The next step was to formulate our expansion plans for the upcoming year to ensure proper scalability. To expand mushroom cultivation in northern India, we aim to tap new areas, scaling up our operations by as much as 74%.
In the handicraft vertical, we plan to have 90 women entrepreneurs on board with us, with 2 more product engagement centers in the pipeline. We also plan to sell our products on our very own e-commerce platform, adding a new dimension to our business model.
We also aim to construct a total of 14 washroom structures by July 2021 to ensure maximum people have access to our eco-friendly washrooms.
Broadening our horizons further, we plan to introduce a new vertical in partnership with Enactus Munich, with the aim to replace traditional cook stoves used in rural homes and provide an eco-friendly energy solution. We are all set to establish state-of-the-art stubble to biogas systems in multiple states of India.
What started with just one vertical today functions under 3 diverse verticals, uplifting more than 281 entrepreneurs and impacting more than 700 lives directly, showing us the wonders of perseverance.
With a revenue growth of 43.3% from last year, Project Vriddhi generated a total revenue of $511,000 this year and a total profit of $295,000, which is expected to grow at a rate of 67% in the coming year after taking into account the post-pandemic anomalies.
Considering the recent instability induced in the domestic markets, the total number of orders in the handicrafts verticals also witnessed a fall of 20% this year. However, these orders are expected to grow at a rate of 42% next year, showing signs of recovery.
With the demand of mushrooms remaining constant, the total number of cultivation sheds witnessed a growth of 50% this year, with the expectation of it increasing to 67% in the coming year, scaling Vriddhi to even greater heights.
We further evaluated the constant growth percentage in the number of our entrepreneurs, with a projected rate of 75% as compared to 86% in a pandemic-free world. Our entrepreneurs are projected to grow to ensure the continuous scalability of our business models.
In our 2 years of operation, we have also prevented 580 tons of straw from being burnt, stopped 840,000 kgs of carbon dioxide emissions, and most importantly, prevented 110,000 kgs of ash from being left behind.
With an unflinching zeal to bring about change, our large-scale impact has not only been recognized by leading corporates like Walmart India and KPMG India, but also covered by vernacular newspapers like the Indian Express, appreciated by the Indian Health Ministry and lauded by several renowned personalities like Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak, Chairman Sulabh International Sanitation Services.
Our Enactors journey has been more than just work and appreciation. It's also been about fostering relationships,
Nurturing minds.
Changing outlooks.
And uplifting lives.
In October 2012, a team of 66 dedicated students decided to change the world for good. And 8 years down the line, we've successfully established 12 projects across 10 cities, fulfilling 14 SDGs, ultimately impacting
35 differently abled,
50 marginalized women.
70 drug addicts.
800 farmers.
and 900 plus children.
With this spirit in mind,
We believe in entrepreneurship.
We believe in action.
and we
We believe
in us.